Greetings, viewers. Dr. Awesome here. Slightly sick, but who cares? And this is Assassin's Creed 4. Pretty, isn't it? Except motion blur and the frame rate is shit. You know why? Fucked if I knew. Well, let's look at the options. This is what the game recommends for me. I pressed restore default, and this is what it gives me. Because my machine is quite powerful, yes. So everything on, VSync is off because it's useless. So maybe it's my fault. Let's turn off all the really performance seating, or let's just turn everything down one notch. Don't need motion blur. I've been told that this actually needs more performance than this, so let's try that. Well, looks slightly more like ours, and the frame rate literally hasn't changed. Alright, I guess I can do 15 FPS. Which, I mean, I could get on with a low FPS if it didn't cost it. What the hell is that? Okay, don't make good bird animations. Just make motion blur too. Oh jeez. Anyhow, the problem is in Assassin's Creed games, it's a bit more important that you have good frame rate because otherwise all the cutscenes desync horribly. Shut up, birds. Get away. So, well, maybe my machine is not as powerful as I think, so let's turn down the resolution. Where is it? 720. Which is how I usually record, because the difference between 1080 and 720 is minuscule. Alright, apply changes, and let's see how it runs now. Well, we have gained 4 frames. Yay, it's hovering between the magical 24 frames per second and 4 frames above and below it. The problem is, this is literally as calm as it's going to get. How do you think it would perform in battle? Alright, I'm one for drastic measures, so I mean, it's a recent game. Very, very good technology. Next gen, isn't it? So, hey, my machine is a whole year, I think, old by now, so let's just turn everything down and see what we can. Is VSync on? So I'm getting a solid 30, no, it's not. So, with potato quality, we get 30. I could play like this, but I'm not going to. No. What really disturbs me is, let me just play with the options a little, turn VSync off again, and turn this down. So, I'll go back into the game, and you might have noticed that the frame rate isn't really affected. Especially not if we turn down the performance heaters like code race and, well, I guess, anti-aliasing just to prove a point, and this runs as smooth as if I had turned down everything else. What's really funny, perhaps recording software usually takes up a lot of power because you're constantly writing images to your hard disk. I can't demonstrate this right now, obviously, but in between when I was testing this and now that I'm recording, the frame rate doesn't change. It literally runs as good with wraps on as it does without. And I'm not willing to play like that. Let me just say that. So, in conclusion, everything is irrelevant except for resolution. The game doesn't care how much you put on your computer. So, obviously it's not a thing of I don't have enough power. And, I mean, this quality, like this, it's running at 26 frames right now. You could run this on a PS2 and you would get better frame rates. Oh, well, I suppose my machine is shit, except Assassin's Creed's Revelations, I think, look like this when I ran it on my 8-year-old PC. This is not that one. As I mentioned, this is the new one. It has 8 cores, it's it's got a GTX 260 in it, all the good stuff, so let's show you what my machine actually can do, shall we? So, greetings back, viewers. I've booted up a little something of a game. Is VSync on? I'm getting 30 or 60 frames. Anyhow, I can't find VSync in this game's options, but anyhow. And please ignore the dead orcs. They had it coming. Anyhow, so this is a bit of a slightly older game, but still, it's quality like a bitch. I'm pretty sure that I do have VSync. God damn it. Anyway, and ignore this. As you can see, looks quite pretty, even though I'm in a snowstorm. Let's see if we can change that. But the point is, I'm just not finding. There, let's go there. The point is, this is another game with pretty comparable graphics, arguably a bit worse, but it's still fucking Skyrim. And my machine can easily run this at 30 or more while recording. And there's actually a significant drop in frames once I start recording, because before I do, then, or without recording, I'm at 60-70, and this is just tuned so that I can get a fluid rate at all times while it looks pretty. So no, I don't have certain mods, blah blah blah, blame me. It's just pyramid gameplay. So as you can see, 30 frames, not bad. Beautiful game. So you're telling me this takes up, so doing this takes up less processing power than running AC4 in potato mode. You really do wish to... Whoa, calm down. You really want to tell me that? Sap! See? 30 frames solid. Okay. Well then. But hey, it's a different developer, so maybe it's just that. Let's hop into another game. Greetings back, viewers. Once again. No, shut up, I don't feel like... Shut up! I don't feel like murdering right now. So, this game runs at 30 FPS, 60 in the menus. I'm pretty sure that it's frame locked even though I turned VSync off. So, that's it for honesty. But anyway, you see, pretty comparable graphics. Really pretty. set to max because my machine is a monster and absolutely no frame problems. I think this is 1082 or 1082. So anyhow, this is probably going to look crazy on YouTube with all the different resolutions. Anyhow, so this, yeah, as I said, revelations. I mean, sure, the previous game in the series, or the previous, but I didn't have 3 installed right now, and I didn't feel like downloading it. So, that game looks better and performs better. That's a bit of a rough edge, but anyhow. You can put Assassin's Creed 4 down to minimum settings and it still performs like shit. While this one, going up to maximum, does better. No matter what you do, even in action sequences, because letting the user decide that they don't want to be locked to 30 frames is unnecessary, isn't it? So, let's make some action happen. Oh, still a solid 30. Who would have guessed? You know how they lie to you about VSync because you can't turn it off? Shut up, you. Well, likewise, I have been lying to you, because this is Assassin's Creed 4 multiplayer. This is literally one click away from the single player, and it's 20 FPS in potato mode versus probably 50 if they would let me, or more, in maximum mode. Next gen graphics, everybody. Absolutely next gen technology. I am stealthy. Okay, that's really neat. I mean, you are literally beating him to death with a beer mug. Anyhow, the point is, so the same game's multiplayer performs 10 times, okay, not yet, 3-5 times better than its single player. Why? Well, I guess you had to make room for that fishy and couldn't squeeze in any optimizations for PC whatsoever. Am I the only one seeing a slight flaw in this? Maybe it's nice on consoles. I've been told that the single player is quite good. As much as a surprise it is after the last one title. I admit Revelations was really fun. But I won't play it because I can't. It's an unplayable piece of shit. Dear Ubisoft, the console master race does not exist. Consoles are now trying to cling onto the people on social media, couldn't use the word I was thinking, so that they can squeeze out some sales because they're seeing that they're getting obsoleted. Because technology advances far faster than consoles. So at any time, a PC is a better gaming platform than consoles, which are literally made for the exact purpose of playing games. Except, of course, if the developers think along and make games completely unplayable on anything but their beloved consoles. So, if you're wondering, should I buy this game on PC? No, you should not. In fact, why not stay away from anything Ubisoft makes for right now? Because they've backed out fan from their statement that they don't give a shit about PC. Stab. Die, Ubisoft executive. But they can back off all they want if they make stuff like this. Yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget. Can you name a bug that was in Revelations or Brotherhood or Assassin's Creed 3? Good, it's in this one too. Shoving bug. Yay. Although you can push this one because it's actually an NPC. So, the multiplayer works, and it's fun, even though some things are really discutable, but they've made some good decisions as well. But to wrap this up, because this video is long overdue on ending. Die. It is not in any way worth any money whatsoever. And you know, I'm European, so I had to pay 60 euros for that shit, which is about... how much is it? I think about $75? Something like that? How expensive is it in the US? $60? I think it's actually more than that. Yeah, it's 80, 85. That I had to pay for it. So, I get to pay a full month's loan, or, sorry, wrong word. A full month's pay from Top Tier Tactics to play a game that doesn't work. And whose only working part works because it was literally copy-pasted since 3 games. 4. Revelations 3, 4. Okay, 4. No 3, but multiplayer has been copy-pasted exactly the same. This proves it! It's the same engine! Whereas single player had to make room for the fish AI, so it became unplayable. Point is, don't buy this game, stay away from Ubisoft if possible. Have a nice weekend, viewers.